Bonjour. Okay, so this morning we're going to do is it really over message. So we'll get straight into it and see, get some details so that you can make sure that this reading is for you. Actually, first we'll get what is the energy around you currently, the collective. What is this energy around the collective right now? Is it really over? Patience. Just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. There we go. Pregnancy, someone is expecting, but that could also be your expectations about this person. I mean, if you're watching, you do really want to know if it's really over. So you have the expectation that your patience is going to pay off and that this will come back together. That's what you're hoping for. As a detail, you could have also shared a pregnancy with this person, but you've got confession here. So there is a confession lingering in your energy right now. Whether or not it's a confession of love, we'll break it down, but someone has something to tell you. It could be around a pregnancy. Patience. Air sign. So someone, I think you're very in your head about this, but to have someone in your energy that has something to tell you, needs to confess something, they too are very in their mind right now. Air signs is all about your mental clarity or lack of clarity, your overthinking mind, very in your head about this right now, which might also be why this message needed to go out today, because you're very in your head right now about whether this really is going to ever come back around for you. But like the first card says, patience, just a few more months, good things come to those who wait. And that might be hard to hear if you feel like maybe it's been years since you've talked to this person and you feel like you've had a lot of patience, but it's that last push. You could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this person could be. But to me, that's your angels saying that just a few more months, good things come to those who wait. So try to get out of your head, try to not overthink the situation. Get out of your head. Pregnancy. Intuition, the red flags you ignore now will come back to bite later. So perhaps in the past, if there was a pregnancy, there were red flags in the relationship that you ignored for a certain period of time, but in the end you had to make some kind of decision to end a pregnancy with this person because of I just heard tumultuous times. So if you had to make the decision to end a pregnancy because you didn't feel like the current relationship was a healthy one to be bringing a child into, but as well, you could be in your head about the expectations you have on this coming back around. You're wondering, is this person just a big red flag and I'm trauma bonded to them? Is this actually someone I want to come back? Am I just ignoring the red flags because I love this person so much? Are my expectations too high? Confession. Moving, okay. So straight away, I just heard that I do have one of my collectives on here has a person connected to them that is actually either moving closer to you or has already moved closer to you, but you just don't know that yet. So if this person has made some big move and they're already closer to you, because that's to confirm confession. So this person that has something to tell you, moving is involved with that. So it's either that they've already moved and you don't know this yet and that's what they have to tell you, or they want to tell you that they are moving and that's the thing that they need to tell you because it's something that they're planning. But yeah, this is someone you shared a breakup with. Again, is it really over? So yes, over in the sense that you're already in separation. And I think before I said it could have been a couple of years since you've talked to this person. So you have been in separation, you have been in a breakup. But is it really over in the sense of, are we never getting back together? Is this really over? But as well, that this person, I think, is going over the details of this breakup as well. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty here. Let's break this down. Is it really over? Number 16 and 6. So the 16th of June could be a special date, either a birthday, last point of communication with this person, even arguments. Maybe you remember, because usually when you feel really connected to someone, dates really stay with you. So even if it's like a makeup or a breakup date, or the date of a really horrendous argument you had with that person, all those kinds of dates really do stay with you. So that could be significant. I thought of that for a reason. But wishes coming true here. This is the wish fulfillment card. Peace, miracle, dream, falling in love, hope, inspired. I think you have hope that this is something that your patience is going to pay off here, and that this person will come back. For you, it is a wish come true for this person to come back, perhaps a better person. It's like the person that you fell in love with and the potential you saw for the two of you is your wish. So if they were to come back and be the person you fell in love with and you can have a future with, that's what you would hope for. That's what you would wish for. You might have even sat at night time praying or trying to manifest or journaling how you want this to become your reality. Wish upon a star. Okay, so air signs are important here because you've got King of Air, and that's the second time that's come out. But this is the Justice card. Your angels, the universe, are telling you here that you will get justice in this situation. It might have felt very unfair for a long time, especially if you feel like there's loose ends here, things that you don't fully understand or never, it's like a loop that never closes. There's unanswered questions here, but this is within 2 weeks. 1 to 2 weeks, so that's really soon. And also September 22nd to October 21st. So that's the energy we're in right now. So up until October 21st, there is some kind of confession coming in. But this King of Air card specifically is Libra, which is the Justice card in tarot because it's the scales and Libra is the scales. So this person could be a Libra, you could be, but their energy is someone that is very, when they're balanced and they're the best version of themselves, they're kind, they're accommodating. They're a very sociable person, someone that has the gift of the gab, basically. Then you've got the book, number 26 and 10. So the 26th of October could also be an important date as well coming up. So next month, the 26th of October is important here. And also I just heard some big changes energetically could have happened between the 16th of June till the 26th of October. Lots of movement that you're not aware of right now, but a memory is tied to this. So if the 26th of October has a significant memory for you, this is also your reading. Don't make the details fit. I do long readings to really try and give as many details as possible so that the right person it will resonate with. This is the unknown. Things. This says memory. So 26th of October is definitely a memory, but hidden, mystery, because you don't know these things right now. Not the memory. The memory is significant, but there's things that are hidden from you right now that you can't see, and that is why that very first card, when it said patience, just a few more months, good things come to those that wait. But something is happening in the next 2 weeks, or up until the 26th of October. The 26th of October even, I don't normally harp on about dates so much, but it could even be the closing of a chapter, especially with this book card, as in, you might have had many cycles with this person, like breakups, makeups, all that sort of thing. And there's always certain dates around October where your cycles repeat. So you could be closing a cycle with this person that is the 26th of October. That is a significant date in this connection. So if maybe the last breakup you guys had was the 26th of October, or just something significant is about to close that chapter for a fresh start to begin. Endings bring new beginnings. Patience, just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. You could have written a book, be writing a book, but journaling. And then you've got the Stork, which is another pregnancy card. So it could even be the energy that you're not aware of as well, is that you have had a pregnancy with this person, but you are destined, the pair of you, to have a child together. It just wasn't the right time when you were expecting last time. I just heard as well, a spirit baby is hovering around the two of you. So there is a spirit baby that is meant to come into this world with you two as its parents, but there is something that has to close out. There is a chapter of difficult, tough cycles that needs to close out before you two can have a new beginning. And this pregnancy is kind of lingering in the air, where it's something that will happen for you two when this chapter is closed and you have a brand new beginning. So that in itself tells me that no, this is not over. It's just something has to end for something else to begin with the two of you. That's also a card of moving. So I think this person really does need to either confess one of two things, that they're planning to move near you, or they already have. It's a card of travel, but they want to renew something here with you. And the number 17 could be significant as well. Because don't forget, this spread is about the universe telling you what's going on. They're breaking it down. So straight away I can see that this is not over yet. Stars. And as well, oh, you got the Celtic knot, so you're definitely a spiritual connection. This can also be considered a twin flame card, because the Celtic knot is literally divine union. So under stars, for that to be wishes coming true, this is a wish that's going to come true for not just you, but this person connected to you, because this is divine union. So ultimately, their soul wants to be back with you as well, just as much as you want them back. This is the love of a lifetime, this Celtic knot. The number 24 is significant here too, but this is eternal love, infinity, enduring, connected. You two are connected on a very deep level. And you know what, now that I think about it, I said leading up to even to September, I was like, I feel like October, but even more so November is a big month for divine unions to happen, or at least communication, breaking the kind of silence, the no contact, re-establishing communication between the two of you. So that could be significant too. But and I just heard you could have Irish roots or Celtic roots in general, which can be anything from Scottish, Irish, Welsh, whatever. That could be a detail for you as well, since I never bring that up. Okay, so under this King of Air, you've got the Mask. So right now, they're not showing up for you. As in, there's no kind of revelation that they still have feelings or have love for you. They're wearing a mask right now. And naturally, if there's no contact, you're gonna not realize that this person still has deep love for you. You're just going off of your own feelings and what you're hoping for. But they're saying that this King of Air doesn't have to be air signs. It could even be, because this is also a Venus card. So Venus is the planet of love, and it rules basically beauty, what you consider to be beautiful, how you love and how you want to receive love, things like that. So your Venus could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But your angels are saying this person right now is still got a bit of an ego when it comes to you. So they're still wearing a mask as far as sharing any kind of feelings with you. Communicating in general, least of all sharing their feelings with you. They're hiding their emotions right now when it comes to you. And I think as well, when I see that mask, I think theatrical, like this person's very good at putting on a face that everything is good in their life and that you're not even a thought in their mind. From anyone else's perspective, they are putting on a good show, that they seem perfectly happy and fine, and again, that you're not even a thought on their mind. Book. Number 11, Broom, remove unwanted stuff. So this could also be part of the confession too. They're saying that this person, the things that are hidden right now that you can't see, is not just about their feelings for you, but about them completely making over their life. And if they are doing a big move to be close, or not just to be closer to you, but to change their life, they are removing unwanted stuff from their life. They are purging. They just want a clean sweep, a fresh start. And I think they were avoiding it for a long time, but it was always unavoidable. They were going to reach a point where they just wanted to sweep away all the mess in their life and start over on a brand new chapter. But they're cleaning up their life. I'm even seeing them deleting contacts from their phone, but just basically doing a huge cleanup of their life. And again, it's not just their feelings for you that are hidden. It's that you don't know that they're doing this right now, that they're doing a big cleanup of their life. It's like they're clearing the negative energy that they no longer want attached to them before making any kind of move towards you, or just moves in general. I'm also seeing someone packing up their house, because if they're moving, I'm seeing packing boxes and a removal truck and all that kind of stuff. And then, like I said, deleting contacts from their phone, or even changing their number. Fixed, the middle. So no, now is not the right time, but that's fine, because they're going through a transformation right now. And that's 11, by the way, so November. And I just said about November being a big month for Divine Union. But at the moment, this is like the middle of the season. So things haven't closed out yet. That's why it's not the right time, because if this person's really cleaning up their life, deleting contacts, moving, all this stuff, they're focused on getting that done right now and securing their life. So it's not the right time to, have contact and immediately get pregnant, and it's not time yet, because there's a big shift happening for this person, and they've got to complete that chapter so that they can have a fresh start. But number 10 on the bottom, and the letter A could be significant, or the letter Q, but deeply committed. Loons are deep the Loons card is about deep commitment. So I think this person's intentions for you, the universe is saying here, their intentions is to come towards you and be deeply committed here. They want to, so they want to reawaken, or the universe, their angels, their ancestors have reawakened lost hope. So I think that this person had lost hope, any kind of reconciliation between the two of you, but it's been reawakened now. And I think this person too has realized that to be with you and to have the life that they want, they need to be all in. And this even says all in for what you love, and they love you, and they also just want a fresh start in life and to be happy. So they have to go all in. And moving and deleting contacts and cleaning up the negative energy in their life, that's a big part of making a deep commitment to you. And through doing that, through shifting this energy, through going through this transformation, your angels are saying this person is manifesting you. It's their deepest desire as much as it's your deepest desire. And that's why you got the Celtic knot, because this is a divine love. This is spiritual. But as well, this person wants to have a family with you, and they see you as family. They have unconditional love for you. But again, this is hidden from you right now. And interestingly enough, that's number 10, which is closing a cycle. So they are about to close a cycle. That's why it's not time yet. Again, your first card was just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. Cleaning up this negative energy, moving, deleting contacts, or going through this transformation isn't an overnight thing. It will take a few months. So that's why they're saying you just wait. There's good things coming. Just want to see if I can get a timing card for this, and then we'll get into their how they feel about this connection. Maybe you don't need a timing card. I guess though they are saying patience. They want you to be patient, so maybe a timing card isn't what you need right now. That's my long distance card, my airport card. All the cards that are flipping over though are saying it's basically like later than you think. It's going to take a while, because it's probably going to take this person a few months to get through this transformation. That's why they're wanting you to have patience. Fall. So, I mean, but you've got next month on the bottom, so October is important here. But again, that could just be simply them closing this cycle, or the both of you closing the energy of that past relationship you two had that ended. So I think October may have been a significant time for breakups and makeups for you too. So it's coming full circle this October. All right, let's first get your point of view, your perspective and feelings about this connection, and then we'll get into this person. What is this collective's point of view and perspective, their feelings for father wounds? So you really believe father wounds for both of you played a big part in perhaps the toxicity. And I think as well, you see this person, because this is your perspective, remember, you think that the damage that this person's father caused them is why they treated you the way they did and why things didn't work out. I think you are aware of the damage and potentially the bad relationship your person has with their own father. That they weren't a good example of healthy masculinity. And like I said, you too would have had father issues as well. So maybe this person that's connected to you reflected behavior that you experienced from your own father. and they were acting out the behavior they saw their father do, even though they hated it. But you've got let it go, ex situations and thoughts. So you've been working very hard on trying to let them go, but it's something that you haven't been able to get rid of. There's always a thought in your mind. And maybe as well at the moment, you have situations with them that are replaying in your mind, memories that you haven't thought of in a while, like as in negative memories of how they treated you are popping up into your mind, and it's making you question if this is someone you should let go. The thoughts of them aren't the happy thoughts. And as well, I just heard you're thinking about how even though they have father wounds and it caused them to act out the way they did, that doesn't make it okay what they did to you. Time and space was needed here, so you're understanding that. You're understanding that things wouldn't have got better trying to make it work. Whenever your last relationship with them was, it wasn't going to get better. Time and space was needed here to do this inner child healing for both of you. Chaos. So this person's father caused a lot of chaos in their life. That's an important detail. This father probably was absent half the time, and when they were around, they just brought chaos to this person's life. And you know some of the details about this. You're very aware that your person perhaps has even continued to live a chaotic life because that's what they experience due to their father's inability to grow up, I just heard. So they might have had a very emotionally immature father, but as well, they could have been abusive, just a troublemaker in general that caused a lot of instability and chaos in the home. And that is why this person didn't know how to be the right partner for you at the time. This is a big thing here. This is a big detail. Let it go. Friends. So you feel like their friends had a big part to play in this too. Not just father wounds, but friends or friendships, or one particular friend really played a part in sabotaging this. It could have even been something that you confronted your person about and they claimed that they didn't. I'm basically seeing your person going and venting to a friend about your relationship and that friend convincing them to leave you. Or they prioritize this friend over you in general. Could have worked for this friend or with this friend, and they kept prioritizing the opinions of others over you. And those are the situations that keep replaying over in your head that you've been trying to let go of. But that's part of the loop that hasn't been closed off because there's unanswered questions here. Time and space. And also I'm seeing that as you've tried to spend time with friends to help you let go of this person, but attachments. The time and space was needed to also heal out that codependency, that need to be with this person. Their avoidant tendencies, their anxious tendencies, your avoidant and anxious tendencies. I think you both have both labels where you were anxiously attached at one point and they were avoidant, and then you would swap roles. But healing. I think you understand, again, that time and space was needed here to not just heal out attachment styles, but heal out things that caused you both to have that attachment style in the first place, and the things that caused you to react in not the best way for both of you. Let's see what's this person's intentions here. What is this person's intentions? Next moves. Let's do next moves from this person. The Phoenix, new phase. So again, they're going through this transformation, and it's a pivotal point of this energy to go through this transformation so that they can start a new and rekindle things with you, to renew things with you. This transformation has to happen. And again, because this is hidden from you, you can't see this, so you don't know that this person's gone through a lot of growth and that they've changed their mind as far as wanting a reconciliation with you. Not enough. So I think this person's felt frustrated. One, because they haven't been able to fall out of love with you. Just like you haven't been able to get them off your mind, they haven't been able to get you out of theirs. Even if they successfully had distractions for a while, you still always creeped back in. But their lack of confidence in this situation, which caused them to self-sabotage this, especially if family and friends were a big part of it. But again, this is their ego issues. There's still a little bit of ego that they're needing to work through. That's part of the transformation. Jealousy could have been a part of this. But as well, understanding that they know that they made you feel like you weren't enough. Like you weren't enough for them to change. But again, they are changing. You just don't know that. The funny thing is, I'm seeing someone go, they thought they weren't enough for me, but it's so the opposite. I didn't feel worthy of them. That's their thought process. They know that they made you feel disposable, but they themselves are like, I can't believe that this person thinks that they're not worthy enough, because that's how I feel about them. As in, I'm not worthy for... They don't feel worthy of you, but they know they made you feel that way about them. I hope that makes sense. Oh, 2 for that. Clock and wedding rings. There you go. Their intention is to lock in and really... to marry you, to be with you forever. This is an eternal love. This is a divine union, but it needs time here. This is the card, another card about cycles. In time, takes time to heal and progress. This person is making progress here. They are taking the time that they need to go through this transformation properly so that they really can close out the old negative cycle. This has needed a long time, and that's probably why it's been a couple of years. And as well, this person could also be going over the fact that they might have made these promises to you in the past and then revoked them, as in you might have got engaged and they promised you marriage and a wedding and all this kind of stuff, and then when it all went pear-shaped, they took it all back. Twin flames, there it is. So this person understands what twin flames are, and they see you as their twin flame, because this is their intention, remember? So they have every intention of rekindling this, and they know that you two can complement each other. In some ways you're so alike, and in other ways you're completely different, but because of that you balance each other out for different things. It's really good. But they're reminiscing right now. They're going over memories. They're looking at photographs. They're missing you, and it's making them go over their self-sabotaging behavior, and the fact that they let their fear and their ego sabotage this in the past. But they're learning from the past and they want to make new memories. This is helping them see things from a different perspective. Clock, wedding rings. Talking. So their intention is to come forward and have a conversation with you to clear the air. A weighted message arrives, text, call, email, hovering. So this person's next steps will be to reach out to you. And that it's not, this person does not need to have all their ducks in a row. It's more just that they want to set the intention and make you aware that their intention is to start something up with you again. They don't have to have all the answers. They just have to have the right intentions and put the action in. Alright, for some reason I'm getting pulled to these, so let's get this. What What was that? Yeah, later than you think. You have so many choices and options. So again, the worthiness thing, they might think, whether they can see it online or not, they might assume that you have many suitors because they think that you're great and beautiful. So naturally they're going to think they might be dating someone new, or they might have multiple options. Why would you want me? That's where their head is at, and that's not the best, because that mentality can potentially make them sabotage this again. You want them to feel confident. Clarity. Ace of Swords. I think this person's had a big breakthrough mentally when it comes to you. They themselves have clarity and they want to bring you clarity too. I meant what I said, number 5. So I actually think that that's not negative, like I meant what I said, like I hate you kind of thing. I meant what I said as in when they were in their balanced, beautiful, natural self, 555, again, transformation. The things they said to you when they were balanced, and they made these promises of forever and weddings and all that kind of stuff and travel, whatever it was, they meant those things. They didn't make those, they weren't false promises in their mind when they made them. But then because things were just so up and down, it all got too much and they had to walk away. But they meant what they said. They do love you, but they did love you. And when they would say those things, they meant it. It's just that things got too much in the end. Again, like in your part, you knew that time and space was needed. And that might even be part of the confession. They're saying, I realise now that we needed time, we needed space, because I was out of control and I didn't know how to be the right partner for you. I need more balance. So that's what they're working on right now. The 6th of February or the 2nd of June. Again, birthdays, makeups, breakups, points of communication. You are wrong under the Ace of Swords. I actually think that that's because their soul's saying to you that what I'm hearing is that you're wrong about the situation, as in all the reasons in your head or all the things that your anxiety or your overthinking mind has told you why this ended or why this person has stayed away as long as they have are incorrect. Your perception is wrong about why things ended. You might, in your mind, because there's unanswered things and there's a loop that is kind of in your head that's not getting answers, you might have made up, did this person cheat on me? Is there lots of lies that I don't know about? Yes, there are things that they need to confess. There's truths that need to come to light, but this person, I don't think, they're basically saying the things that you've made it up in your mind to give yourself answers aren't correct. And until this person comes in and really clarifies what happened here, you're going to think the worst case scenario. And this is why they need to come in and give you clarity. I am terrified under I meant what I said. I think this person's terrified at how they ended things here with you. And how to approach you after the damage caused here, knowing that they made all these promises and then didn't follow through on them. So they're terrified on how you're going to react to them. The 5th of September or the 9th of May, and on the bottom, love me. I hope you love them. All right, let's get their perspective. Let's get this person's perspective. Ascension, upgrades, light codes, level up. So they're leveling up too, but they've seen you go through some kind of ascension, some kind of level up. Their perception is that to have these upgrades, for you both to level up in life, again, time and space was needed. missing you, talking to the moon, longing, reminiscing. They're going over memories right now about you. But dark night of the soul. So this person, and I think that's part of the transformation, I think this person, especially if they know about twin flames, I think they're understanding now that this really dark period of their life that they've gone through had deeper meaning. The point of it was for them to really see the ways that they sabotage everything in their life, not just you. Maybe they always lose jobs because of their attitude, or the way that they're too impressionable from family and friends' opinions. There's so many things that kind of had to crumble for this person. I think they're coming into the light of the situation, realizing that they had to go through this dark night of the soul to see what you really are to them, and to see where the errors that they were making in life, the cycles that they kept repeating that weren't for their best interests. But they've been missing you this whole time you've been apart, and they desire you, they long for you, they long to have this reconciliation. Mirroring. So they actually are seeing this as a mirrored connection, understanding that you two were reflecting perhaps your worst traits that you have that came from wounding, and that because you're mirroring each other, that you must both be leveling up, and you've been healing through those wounds, and through doing so you've ascended to the next level. Cleanse and clear. This is exactly what they're doing right now. They're cleansing and clearing their energy. They're with that moving thing. Maybe they know moving away from where they are now isn't just about coming closer to you, but about having a fresh start, because they know that the energy around their home currently is just bathed in negativity. They want to make their home a sacred space, and they want that sacred space to include you. So it's like they understand that they need to clear that so that they can come towards you. And by missing you and longing for you, that's been their motivation to clean and clear their energy. They might even be inspired by you to want more for themselves as well, which includes clearing their energy. That's very nice. Heart chakra. So this dark night of the soul has also caused them to really open up their heart again towards you, but also how they saw you as always very nurturing and compassionate, and how accepting you were of them because of their trauma. But again, not sabotaging it, because almost like punishing you for loving them so much, because they lacked the self-worth. They knew they were treating you badly, and you still loved them anyway. So it's like they lost respect for you because you should have walked away, which isn't wrong, but that's not the best outlook either, because obviously they should have never treated you badly in the first place. But lesson learned. That's why they went through this dark night of the soul, and they understand that now. They love you, and they hope you love them too, but they understand how accepting and compassionate you were towards them, and that's just who you are. I just heard as well manipulative. They might naturally be quite manipulative. They had a way of twisting things so that every time you were upset, they would tell you, oh, it's always about you, when in reality, you felt like you had to walk on eggshells, because they made you feel like, oh, do I always make it about me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Cycles. So you have had many cycles with this person, and that might even be why you're confused, because you feel like it's been so long since we've been together. Am I mistaking this to be something that it's not? But you've been on this merry-go-round with this person quite a few times. But it's just that this has been the longest unconditional love. This has been the longest you two have been broken up for. Okay. Actually, no, I want to get messages from them first. And then I want to get the twin flame deck, actually. Messages from your person. First card out, yes, I was cheating. I can take that as two things, that there's things that they've lied about that they need to confess to, things that you might have called them out on, that they denied, and as well, literally black and white, that they were cheating on you. And that could have been something that they didn't admit to if you confronted them about it. And if that's part of the confession, that's why they're terrified. I'm used to getting my way, but you put me in my place. And straight away I heard, it's kind of like this person threw tantrums. They acted like a child when they were upset or angry, and they threw tantrums. And they were used to being model collie. What's that saying? They were basically like never pulled up on their bullshit. So when they would throw tantrums around their mum or their sisters or their brothers or their friends, everyone would just not allow them to. I'm trying to work out how to put it. It's just that they were never pulled up on their bad behavior. It was like, that's just them. So they never were shown like, your behavior is inappropriate. You shouldn't be throwing tantrums. You're an adult. You need to learn how to control your emotions and handle them more maturely. And you put them in their place when it came to that. I love variety, but there's something about you I just can't resist. I don't like that card anyway, but for that to come out with yes, I was cheating, I really don't like that, because it just feels like, but again, I'll say this, if this person did cheat, that's coming from their own insecurities and their lack of self-worth. That's not your fault. Even if they felt like they weren't getting what they needed in the relationship, it's their responsibility to express and communicate that with you. And then if it's still not working, to end things. You don't go and cheat. Twin flames under yes, I was cheating. So for straight away with that, because my first instinct was to say there's things that you don't know. Again, there's a lot of stuff about them wearing a mask and hiding their true feelings from you. But they've had twin flames come out in 2 of their decks as far as their perception. So they actually could be hiding from you that they see you as their twin flame. You two might have even expressed to each other during the relationship that you were each other's twin flames. It wasn't something that you guys never talked about. You actually, twin flames was something that was part, like you two expressed that being what your dynamic was, that you actually were twin flames to one another. But this person cheated themselves out of being with their twin flame because of their self-sabotaging behavior. Not that they actually cheated on you, but that they cheated themselves out of being with you, knowing that you were their twin flame or are their twin flame. I love your swag. You are the whole package. I just saw that I love variety too with the I was cheating as, again, not actual cheating, but them needing validation and lots of attention from everyone else. Like, and you would question, why isn't my love for you enough? Why do you still need to get attention and be loud and obnoxious and get validation from everyone else when why isn't my love enough? I just heard. I've been putting on a front, wearing a mask. My life is not what it seems on the outside. Again, they're very good at putting on a show. People around them do not know they're longing for you and missing you. They think that this person's fine. I'm planning a romantic date, or we can Netflix and chill like old times. I want to cook for you, no strings. They want to put the effort in here. That's nice. But this is, yeah, this person definitely knows or sees you as their twin flame. So let's get these twin flame cards. These will be important dates as well. Communication. Number 4. You think I'm not listening to you, but I am. I hear everything you say and even replay our conversations in my head. They're learning. 4 again. I've hurt you and I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me someday and understand I was reacting in fear again. Their fear and their ego got in the way here, combined with friends and family, but they know they've hurt you and they know that they need to apologize and apologize in a big way. This is something that there will need to be trust built up again and a solid foundation. They need to pave a solid foundation for you to be able to trust them again and really create an abundant future for the two of you. That is why they're so terrified about coming forward as well, because they know that they need to make amends with you. But that they being aware, they're self-aware now, that's good. I think this person maybe, especially if there was someone prone to throwing tantrums when they were angry or upset, maybe even being nasty, they lacked self-awareness. Yes, they knew that they were doing the wrong thing, don't get me wrong, but they thought that they didn't really see how bad they were. Like, they knew that they were being bad, but they didn't really, because no one really ever told them this behavior is not good enough, you need to grow up. They didn't see it. They didn't really it's almost like you would have needed to put a mirror up so they could see how ridiculous they were behaving. I'm seeing someone being like, if I'm so bad, why don't you just leave me then? And it's like, why don't you just do better? Number 10, closing out a cycle. We must remember that we are gods and goddesses and work to embody that energy. That's too many. Number 8, so the 4th of August or the 8th of April, karmic ties. Past lives are influencing our connection. I've lost you in other lifetimes, and that makes me afraid. This person is very afraid. I don't think they actively think we have past lives together, but there are things that are fears within them that they don't even understand come from lifetimes that you've shared together and perhaps lost each other through death, through betrayal, whatever. I need to heal the grief to allow the love to bloom. And what did I say? If this person comes in still feeling very insecure, they don't have to be like overconfident, but if they come in too timid and insecure, then they may sabotage this again. They need to have some level of self-assuredness to come in. Timing and intentions, the 4th of January or the 1st of April. We need to wait for divine timing, and that's true. It's going to take a few more months. That's why they're asking you to be patient. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. 2 for that. Is it 2? Yeah. So the 10th of November or the 11th of October, both those dates are important. These both are communication cards too. When we're talking, things just come out of my mouth, and afterward I'm not even sure why I said them. So this person has diarrhea of the mouth. Again, when I said that they might be nasty when when they're not handling their emotions properly. They might have been very cold, detached during arguments, and when you're crying or trying to send messages and communicate, and they're ignoring all your messages, or they take off, or they respond to you in a really cold, malicious way, and then later on they reflect and they're like, why did I do that? That was so mean. They know it was wrong, but in that moment when they're triggered, they would just act out. I wish I could say what I really feel. Someday I will, but right now I'm afraid to be myself. There are so many cards about them being afraid to express themselves, and that is why they are still wearing a mask, and their feelings are hidden from you right now. Number 7, but that's number 9. So they are about to close the chapter, but they're ending things out right now. Remember that broom card. They're clearing out the negativity. One of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic match in frequency with each other, mirroring. So you're picking up each other's frustration, impatience, pain, heartbreak of missing each other. Stay conscious of this, and if possible, try to help us elevate it. So try and shift this energy where you're feeling like you're missing them and you're impatient for them to come back, because they're picking it up and you're also picking up their energy. So you actually both need to try and change the dynamic here. Actually, I'll get this one. Moving forward, what can this collective expect, please? What do they need to know moving forward? Page of Cups. A new beginning in love. Someone bringing communication to you and expressing that they want to start, because this is new love, new and improved. So this person wants to offer you their love. But the Page of Cups is still quite naive and a bit emotionally immature. Let's keep going. I don't know why, I've never noticed that before, but see how she's got a glass of wine in her hand? I kept hearing drinking. So this person might have had a problem with drinking, and also when they drank, that's when their nastiness came out, more so than when they were sober. And drinking might be something, they might be drinking and then reach out to you and say something that they think is quite innocent, but you'll take it as very immature. Drinking is going to make them reach out or something. Whoa, that's way too many. That just came out in a big chunk. I keep hearing drinking. Oh, it's coming out in chunks. Why? The World, but there's something about to be completed here. The cycle is being closed. This is what they want you to know. This is a big achievement that is about to... It's not even going to be... I don't think you're even going to be fully aware like you've achieved the end of a cycle here, but they're telling you are. And that's also a travel card. Queen of Cups, compassion and warmth. I think you're going to handle this with compassion, and they got that for you, their perception of you anyway. So even though this person's very afraid, they know you to be someone that's accepting and compassionate, someone that will sit there and hear them out without raising your voice, I just heard. So maybe that's what they're like. Maybe they projected that onto you. When you would try to speak up, they would raise their voice at you, and that's something that they know as well. Because you're so compassionate, they want to embody that as well. But death, this transformation, it's about to be complete. You just need to have patience here, because things are closing, chapters are ending, cycles are closing. This transition right now needs to happen so that you can release the past. And you won't be able to accept the changes that this person has been through if you still hold on to the old version of them. And that's not to say you can't express the ways this person hurt you, because that's needed to help heal the situation too, but not holding on to this idea that they're going to leave you again. And that's part of them needing to build trust with you again. King of Cups, you've got the pairing. King and Queen of Cups. So you're both going to be emotionally stable to bring this in, and that's to confirm Page of Cups. So this person actually is coming in with quite an emotionally mature offer. They're not coming in naive here. They're emotionally mature. They're balanced between their head and their heart. They are devoted to King and Queen of Cups. That's very beautiful. You both could have heavy water signs in your chart. Air came out in the beginning, so air signs can be important here too, but it doesn't have to be. Same with this. You both can just embody the Queen of Cups and King of Cups energy, but they're both upright. This to me is union. If one was reversed or it was swords, I'd think you're still going to be in separation, but you've got King and Queen of Cups upright. I'm seeing that as coming back into union. This King of Cups is going to bring balance to this situation. Ace of Swords, that's the second deck this has come out in, and that's under the World. So closing out a cycle will then bring truth and clarity to this situation. This person wants to have victory here. I'm seeing them wanting to conquer the world with you as a team together, but you will have triumph here, and this is going to be a fresh start. There's going to be a breakthrough here. After the closing of this cycle, there will be a breakthrough when it comes to this connection between you both. Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. Generosity, charity, support and sharing, giving and receiving, fairness and gratitude. I think as well part of the fear of this person is knowing how much they took from you, how much you had to sacrifice for them, and that they took it for granted. Knowing that then, or you even knowing that this time around, if I'm going to give you this opportunity and we are going to balance this out, I need to receive just as much as I give you, because before it was very imbalanced. And not just this person giving you the love that they think is enough. They need to love you in the way that you feel loved, just like how they need to feel loved by you in the way they. So what I'm talking about is, like, you know how you have love languages. So say for them, words of affirmation really make them feel like loved by you. But say for instance you, especially looking at the Six of Pentacles, as wrapped gifts. And this isn't a negative thing. People who are emotionally immature will see it this way, but receiving gifts might be the way you feel loved. So they would give you words of affirmation, and yes, it sounds lovely, but to really feel deeply seen and heard and understood and loved, giving you gifts is something that makes you feel loved. And you could give them gifts, but words of affirmation is what they really need. Does that make sense? So giving each other the love you need to personally feel seen and heard. And Six of Cups under Death. So this had to end for a reunion to happen later on. Nostalgia, memories, past and sentiment. So this person is sentimental. You're both sentimental about each other, but Six of Cups, and that's also a card about children. What did I say before about a spirit baby hovering? You two, I think, are meant to have babies, or are just one baby, doesn't matter. But there is a spirit baby hovering around this connection, that the time wasn't right before. But moving forward, if this reconciliation is done correctly and the trust is built again and you really do love each other in a balanced way, I think that bringing a child into this world is what is destined for the two of you. And making new memories, building a family together and creating new memories as a family. The Star on the bottom, hope, wish fulfillment, and healing. I think this is actually going to be quite a positive reunion, and it's going to be a wish come true for both of you. But the number 17 again, so 17 is important. Okay. I think that's it, isn't it? Let's get you a divine door to close this out. Closing messages, please, angels, for this collective. Freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reasons. So don't, the biggest thing here was patience. So don't hold yourself back from just living your life fully, waiting for this person to come back. Live your life and use this time that you have this complete freedom to pursue and follow dreams that you have, or just in general enjoying your life, because this is going to come back together and it's going to be a happy reunion. You just need to have more patience here and allow things to transition and close out so that a fresh beginning can happen here. This person, it's not over and the beginning is just around the corner, so don't lose hope. And yeah, enjoy your, what is today, 25th of September, enjoy your Thursday.